everyone, my name is Anlin Zhang, and I'll be the teacher for the coding series for SN Inclusion. Just a little bit of background, I'm a rising senior at Princeton University, and I'm majoring in computer science. So we'll get straight into the content. Today's class will be pretty short, just an introduction to coding and what it really means and where it can be found. So this lesson is really intended to kick off programming, and it's really for all interests and backgrounds. So no matter if you know what coding even means or if you have a little bit of experience, you'll definitely be able to understand it and engage throughout. So I'll share my screen really quickly, and we will be using the code.org curriculum. If you're interested, feel free to check it out. It's free and open to the public. So I'll read the overview very quickly. And so the class is asked to consider problems of boredom and self-expression and to reflect on how they approach those problems in their own lives. From there, we will explore how computer science in general and programming specifically plays a role in either a specific form of entertainment or as a vehicle for self-expression. So you guys might not know this, or maybe some of you guys do, but coding is everywhere. Programming and coding, they're mostly synonymous, but they're in movies, they're in games, video games, for example, Minecraft, the apps on your phone, they are all programmed. And there are software developers who are coding and making these apps work. So you see what you see on those apps. So in addition to that, there's also art. For example, digital art is all programmed and it's really everywhere in our lives. And we'll get to see that, broadly today in our lesson. So first up, let's do this intro activity, and it's called Starting Your Search. And let's just read this together really quickly. To find out more about how computer science and programming play a role in entertainment, you will need to do some research. Try searching for computer science and blank, and trying out different types of entertainment such as film, TV, music, games, animation, fashion, etc. So I'll give you all like 30 to 40 seconds. Just go to Google and type in computer science and blank. Blank can be anything. You'll see some auto suggestions by Google, and of course you can click on those. If you have something you really like, for example, a specific video game or movie, you can also type that in, of course. But I'll just give you guys all some time and we'll reconvene. Great. Okay, so now that most of you guys probably had the chance to type in computer science and something in Google, let us go into that activity really fast. So I typed in computer science and, I haven't typed anything yet, but there's so much: engineering, mathematics, psychology, economics, music, games. We can click on games and there's so much, like, there's different games here. I haven't even heard of a lot of these, but there's just so much to look at, and we see how prevalent computer science is in games, and of course, a lot of other topics as well. So feel free to click on these and learn about them. You can watch videos if you'd like. We'll move on right now, but of course, you have this recording and you can always go back and do this activity again. Next, we'll just go through a very simple program, and it is called StampPad. And just so this whole class today, there's not going to be any actual coding. We'll just go through a lot of examples and kind of sample programs to see the power of computer science and what people can program very simply. Okay, so we click Run to start the program, and then you can use the StampPad to draw pictures So we can draw this cat here. You can put in giraffes. You can use some color. You know, you can draw whatever you want. We can finish and, you know, we can keep playing if we want. Say we want, you know, a zebra and we want them to stand on a line. This is all made possible with a program. And we'll learn exactly how to program this in future lessons. These are actually called sprites, or like small objects that, you know, represent actual things. For example, you know, the elephant or the giraffe. Great. And then the next one is called animated comics. Yeah, I'm sorry if you don't have access to code.org right now, but it is very easy to get access to. And I'll leave my email at the end of this class in case you have any questions with getting to code.org. Okay, so this looks a little bit more complicated at first glance. You know, there's a blue background, there's 3 circles, it seems, a yellow, green, and blue one, and then there's 2 alien figures. And there's even text. What kind of music do planets sing? And Neptune's is the answer. So with coding, you can put in colorful backgrounds, you can do moving figures. So the one from the previous program, you know, they were all static figures, but these ones, one seems to be rotating a little bit and one is getting bigger and smaller. And we'll learn how to actually program this in our future lessons, but just wanted to display, you know, the power again of what we can program. And, you know, it might seem difficult or maybe even a little bit like scary at first, but no worries at all. We'll get into this and you guys will definitely be able to program similar animated comics as this. Great, so let's move on to our 5th kind of a sub unit. And this is called Alien Jumper. And this might be similar to some games that you guys play. I think Doodle Jump, if any of you guys have played Doodle Jump, is pretty similar to this. Essentially, you can make the alien jump with the space bar, move it to the left and right with arrow keys, score by collecting stars, and if you score high enough, the background will change. So let's press the space bar. Where did our alien go? Let's see. So we want it to jump and then probably go on the platform. And there's so much that this program is doing. It's keeping score. So, you know, every time we go higher, the score increases. There are little stars and the alien can move and it's controlled by the user. And the bars are also moving as well. So this, you know, is a lot more complicated than the previous 2 sample programs. And even though this might look like a complicated video game, it's actually not super difficult to program in practice. So here I'm just using the arrow key to get on the platform. And yeah, this is very fun to play. Like I feel like I could have, you know, spend an hour or so just playing this. Very entertaining. Okay, so our score is 18. That is pretty good. Let's continue. And yeah, so this is the last sample program. So we're almost there. And the purpose of this is to illustrate another game. So it's called Hungry Bunny. The bunny is hungry and it's looking for mushrooms and carrots for dinner. And to win, you'll need to find a dinner bowl and then collect at least 10 carrots and 5 mushrooms. And we also need to make sure to avoid the bugs, ladybugs and snails, bees. And again, we want to press the space bar to jump. And again, I think this app, or not this app, this game will illustrate the power of, you know, user input. So pressing the space bar and jumping and, you know, trying to win the game. These are all characteristics that you probably have seen before in the games that you play on your iPhone or iPad. So 10 carrots. So we just got one by jumping and pressing the space bar. Got another one. Oh no, because I touched the B, I think we need to start over. But yeah, I'd really encourage you guys to log on to code.org and play these games for yourself, because in future classes, we will actually be on the other side of the screen. We'll be creating these games from scratch by using coding. And yeah, that sort of concludes our lesson. Let's see if there are any lesson extras. Yeah, so there's some challenges. There's no bonus levels for this lesson. But let me just unshared my screen. And yeah, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the class and come back next time for more.